Alright, we should be live. Back. We're working on Ertha Joe. She is. So last time we left off on Saviors of Kamigawa, so that brings us to Scars of Mirrodin alphabetically. A little bit of behind the scenes bookkeeping, so I went through and looked for cards that included the words target opponent or target player, and I think I threw in like target creature at one point too, and also had the phrase draw a card in our colors. So most of the things were already on our list or were things that we looked at and didn't add. The only one that needs going over, I put it on the list just so that way I don't accidentally ignore it and bounce entirely over it. Um, is the Stone of Eric from Lord of the Rings. It is what I was looking for. It is the artifact that lets you sacrifice it to exile a player's graveyard and draw a card. The draw card part should actually be on here, because that is what it does. There we go. So if opponent's creature would die, exile it instead, and 2-tap sacrifice it, exile opponent's graveyard, and draw one. So I put it on the list just in case, because this is a card that I forgot even existed in the set. And I'm worried I would have glossed over it while looking at the cards. Like, my brain would just switch off and be like, this never did anything, I don't need to worry about what it is and what it does. Because I legit forgot this card even existed. So, we did find a card that did the thing, so I added it to the list. Just because I was worried I might accidentally forget about it. So anyway, we're starting with Scars of Mirrodin, and yeah, damage prevention. Tons of things already have had damage prevention, and we're just like, no. And that trend's gonna continue. Prevent all damage a source of your choice would deal this turn. Nope. No. No. Deal 2 damage to any target. No. Bladed Pinions. Blade Tribe Berserkers. Bloodshot Trainee again. Becomes a construct with power and toughness equal to its counters now. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. No. Contagion class, Contagion Engine. Don't think so. We do have a few things that would benefit from Proliferate, but they're not particularly good, so like, they're fine and we're considering running them, but I don't think proliferating onto them is going to be the thing that pushes them over the top into amazing. So yeah, don't need any of the Darksteel creatures. Spence Justice, Echo Circlet, Elspeth, no. Deals 1 damage to any target. That's a triggered ability, so no. No. Spell Bomb. Yeah, unfortunately the Spell Bombs, the trigger ability is disconnected from sacrificing it, so it doesn't matter how it goes to the graveyard, you get to draw a card, but because of that, any of them that have a single target, we can't copy them and draw 2 cards. We can only copy them to get the sacrifice effect a second time. And they're usually not worth it. It's a triggered ability, so no. Yeah, don't need any of these so far. Gain life equal to the charge counters, no. Pumps an artifact creature and gives out flying, trample, or haste until end of turn. I don't need the grind clock at all. Tap to deal 2 to any target and doesn't untap, and it costs 4 mana to equip the stupid thing. Like, aside from putting it on either the sharpshooter or the same creature as the Thornbite Staff, I don't see how we would ever effectively make use of this thing. It's way too much mana, even to move it around on my creature so I can deal more damage. And have some of them untap next turn. Gets plus X plus O until end of turn, where X is that artifact's mana value. So if I want to do the liquid metal coating and torque, I think this is one of the artifact destroying cards I would need, because this is one of the ones that doesn't sacrifice itself to do it. So we would be able to kill. We would be able to make 2 creatures into artifacts and then kill both of them for 4 mana plus the tapping whichever liquid metal card we have. So I do think we're interested in the Cord Smelter. Cord Smelter Dragon is 4 red. For a dragon, and it is a 5/5. Alright, Ichorclaw Mirror, Indomitable Archangel, Infiltrator Lens. Kemba. Hoth. Although his emblem is a activated ability that my mountains have, so that would technically work. Don't need Forge Master, Phoenix, Goblins, no. Just the liquid metal coating. We do want, or at least want to consider. Up artifact. Hey, Live Wire Lash, no. Oh, wait, hang on, maybe. I'm like, it just gives a bonus, right? It's like, no, when this creature becomes a target, it deals 2 damage. Oh no, it has to be a spell, never mind. No, I'm looking at the 2 damage. My brain, like, auto-corrected to spell or ability deals 2 damage to any target, but yeah. Okay, so no, that one does not work. Boo. Would we be at all interested in the Lux Cannon? You have to remove 3 counters and destroy a permanent, which is an activated ability that targets. So, would be able to use it on other things. I don't know if it's good enough, is the issue. Really have a few ways to untap it. Might still be worth considering, though. Alright, I'll add it to the list just in case, because I think it's worth considering, but being able to destroy 2 permanents once it's charged up is probably good enough to consider, at least. Like I said, I don't know if we're actually going to bother running it, because it might still be too slow, even if it does get to kill 2 permanents when it finally fires. And we have a card or 2 that would speed up the process. Tap each other mirror I control. Create a creature token that's a copy of Mirror Progenitor. No. Return a mirror from my graveyard to my hand. The Smith. Regen Sensor. Yeah, it's still not good enough. Plus, I would need one of the things that gets charge counters onto it in order to make any kind of reasonable use of it. So, I don't think I need Origin Spellbomb. Death Mantle, probably not. Panic Spellbomb. No. Smear. Platinum Empyrean. Precursor Golem. Create a token that's a copy of the exile card. Access the mana value of that card. Ratchet Bomb. Hippogriff, no. One tap, tap target artifact. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step as long as Rustic remains in play and tapped. It's a 3-mana 1/3, so that's already not that impressive. The fact that I can use it to lock down an artifact and an artifact creature is kind of whatever. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. No. It's Anvil. No. Spike Shot Elder. Yeah, I think we need to consider him. Elder. For the same reason we're considering the Spike Shot Goblin. This is activation cost. It's red for a Goblin Shaman 1/1. Just leave that in there since I'm going to have to type it in anyway. I already accidentally did. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X whose controller was dealt damage by Steel Hellkite this turn. Don't need Strata Scythe. Strider Harness. Last Angel. No. No. Artifact to proliferate. Deals 12 damage to target creature. Oh man, we could smite Emrakul with this. That'd show her. Alright. Target player gains 3 life. It does target. We could get extra life out of it. We have nothing to benefit us from gaining extra life, though, or even life in general, past not dying, and much better if we win the game than don't lose it, so. And the red one just gives +3/+0? Yeah. I mean, it's nice that it can give +6/+0 for 2 mana, but it's kind of underwhelming even with that. Tap target artifact or creature. Spencer's Journal, Vigil. I was about to say Vigil of the Lost, realized it was 4, then stumbled over the word. Yeah, whenever a creature you control dies, you may pay X and gain X. No. Heartstoker. Replica. And we don't need Wormcoil Engine. Alright. Scars of Mirrodin. Brings us to Scourge. And then we have to do the Secret Lair drops. Alright. Yeah, go ahead. Search for Scourge. I typed it in for a reason. Don't need the Sentinels. Arc of Blight, no. No. Permanent's turn face up, deal 1 damage. Don't need Carbonize. Excuse me. No. No. Don't think I need either of the decrees. Yeah, we're just gonna go with no on both of them. Breach, Dragon Breath, Mage, Scales, Tyrant, Shaman. Stalker, Storm. Right? I didn't miss anything. Yeah, okay, he's just fire breathes. I was like, wait a minute. Was he one of the dragons with a cool activate ability and I just kind of glossed over him because of the wall of text that is his big stats and downside? Don't need extra arms. On Arena, or yeah, in Magic anyway. I could use an extra set of arms. Then all of my shirts would be weird. Yeah, it's probably too much hassle. Goblin Brigand, Goblin Psychopath, War Strike, War Chief, Grip of Chaos, Conscience. Don't need Corona Zealot, Misguided Rage, Noble Templar, Odious Machine, Pillar, Rain of Blades. Or no to all of these. There's Siege Gang Commander, which I do think we're interested in. Only a little bit. This is Scourge. And we have Siege Gang Commander. Hyphen for Siege Gang, right? Yeah. Three red for a Goblin 2/2. Alright. Don't need the Vulcanist, Spark Spray, Sulfuric Vortex. Put a trap counter on target land you control. Sacrifice a land with a trap counter. Deal 3 damage to target attacking creature without flying. No. Uncontrolled Infestation. Wing Shards. Next 1 damage will be dealt to Zealous Inquisitor. This turn is dealt to target creature instead. Yeah, it doesn't help. Actually, I guess that one would because it's the next 1 damage. So it would give 2 different instances of that. So even though the replacement effect wouldn't work, like you can't replace the replacement effect with a replacement effect if the one no longer applies, since now the damage is being dealt to the other creature. There's still another replacement effect looking to happen after that one's used up, so I believe that one would still work. It's not worth it though. It's like 2 mana to redirect 2 damage. Alright. So let's do that, and let's go over here in the meantime. Scryfall. And then you search for Shadowmoor. Otherwise you'll crash later on when I come back to you. White. Red. The set is Secret Lair. Alright, so we do have Shadowmoor pulled up. Alright. Let's find the actual unique magic cards hiding amongst all of these. Prowess, red-white, gains first strike until end of turn. Deals combat damage. You may cast a sorcery spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the damage without paying its mana cost. No. Don't need a Johnny Steadfast, Fury, Memorial, Alms Collector, Amulet of Vigor, Dual Token, Finality, Anger, it's Anger of the Gods, Approach of the Second Sun, Avacyn, Dune, Arden. As long as it's your turn, each creature suns damage based on its toughness. Up to 100 creatures get +0/+X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Think so. Balance, Batterskull, Battlefield Forge, Sliver, New, Scythe, Boseiju, Braid of Fire. Oh, good, they've got the new ones up already. Huzzah! Stout Arm by Force. Plenary Storm. Cathartic Reunion. Chain Lightning. Nova. Clue. Shovel. Command Beacon. Sliver. Coveted Jewel. Danitha. Worked. Dawn Reclaimer. Oh, this is from the Angel deck. Okay. Like, I don't remember the name, but it is one of the commander ones. I forget what's, like, what secret lair DePaula was in. What the theme was for that one, because it looks very normal compared to all of the other ones, so it has to have been something where it mattered that it was a gold creature, a dwarf, a pilot, something. Fabled Passage. No. Belwar Stone. Field of the Dead. Bling. No. Nope. Okay. Bella, Gisela, Giver. No. Let's see. He cares about humans, which I don't think we super care about, so. Also, giving my humans +2/+2 and a bunch of the abilities doesn't really do much. Let's go. Iliad. Alright. Haste must be blocked if able. Attacks. Each creature you control attacking a player gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each creature that player controls. Eh. Tutor. Back Tremors. Burno Titan. It's Jessica. Karmic Guide. Off of the Hammer. Practicing his Kamehameha. Or Hadouken. You know, whichever. Any of these. Locks it on Warhammer. Make this of the wheel. And a vault. Goat. Sis. Ecosynth cards. No. Ancestry. Perforos. Ash is just a reskin. Pyromancer's goggles. Oh right, there was like a Jaya themed one of these. It's from Reconnaissance, Repercussion, Nation, Sanctum Prelate. Second. Alright. For some reason, so is Ryu not red white? If he is, shouldn't we have seen him on this page already? Like somewhere around here? I could have sworn he was white with like a red white activated ability or something. Maybe he's in a. Is he in a different color? Like, does his activation cost have a different color in it? Like, I thought he was mono white with like a white red. thing. Like, I really want to double check that now. Chief is attacks, investigate once for each non-token attacking creature. Think so. Fire, SRAM, Strip Mine, Archangel. No. Bolt. Fiction. No. Oh, there he is. Why is he down here? Did they put him wherever the alternate card for him is? Okay, so he is white with a red activation. Is this thing actually any good? Because I knew he had an activated ability, so he's got training. 4 in a red and untap him, discard a card, deals damage equal to his power to any target. If excess damage was dealt to a creature this way, draw a card. With another creature with greater power, put a 1/1 counter on it. It's 5 mana and untap him to discard a card and possibly draw a card while dealing like 4 damage, 6 damage, something like that. It might be draw 2 cards though, if I can kill 2 smaller creatures with him. Alright. Plus, we have all of the mercenary tokens to buff things, so it is possible to get other creatures strong enough to keep putting counters on him. So it's Ryu, World Warrior. It's 2 and a white for a human. Surprisingly, Warrior. A 2. Alright, we'll consider him at least. Swept Heath, I believe. Gives my auras exalted, so no, and Yoshimaru. Alright, I believe that's all of them, so that brings us to Shadowmoor, so we can pop back over here now. Prevent a damage and put a -1/-1 counter on it to untap it. No. White Sickle. Thorn Scarecrow. Blistering Dyflin. Creatures have first strike, no. Actually, is there any chance we want the Blight Sickle because I have all of the pingers? Like, actually giving Wither to my creatures might be relevant. Would feel less awful than giving them Infect. Yeah, there's a slim possibility I would want the Blight Sickle, so... Because most of the, whatchamacallit, the, sources of Wither for creatures that don't naturally have it are in black, so... I think the Scythe might be the only way to give my creatures Wither without being in black. It's possible we don't care about this at all and we just want Death Touch instead, but being able to kill indestructible creatures is one of those things where it's like, that might come up, and that'd probably be okay. Choose any number of target creatures. Each of those creatures gains persist until end of turn. So doubling it does nothing. We're not putting -1/-1 counters on our own creatures, so Chainbreaker doesn't super matter. And we don't have, like, any persist creatures right now, so. Let's tap, create X 1/1 red elemental creature tokens with haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. Flask. Can't block this turn. Deals 1 damage to each white or blue creature. Javelin. Enters the battlefield. Other creatures you control gain tap. This creature deals 2 damage to any target, and it has persist. I mean, that's stronger than the lightning thing. So, and it is itself a creature, so we might be able to give it haste and let it throw around 4 points of damage. So, yeah. Fury, Stoke, Giant. It's 3 red, Giant Warrior. It's a 3/3. Put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Only costs 8 mana to set up and do the first time, and then 4 mana every turn after that. No. No. Yeah, giving my pingers the ability to put -1/-1 counters on my opponent's creatures, good. Spending 4 mana to put to put 2, but still. To put 2 -1/-1 counters, divide as I choose among 1 or 2 creatures. Lot less. Lot less good. Target blocking creature gets +2/+2. On the one hand, it doubles up the amount of damage. On the other, this card is terrible, and making it better doesn't make it good. So, Lockjaw Snapper, Bound Scarecrow, Calcify. Target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. So, no. Entire creature card with mana value 3 or less. Probably not. Target creature gains protection from the color of its controller's choice until end of turn. Oh, there's Painter's Servant if I want to paint everything red or black and then just start killing things with the Paladins. I don't think that I do, but. Power of Fire, no. I'd rather just have the ability already on the creature than try and give the creature the ability. Because it's not like we have anything where it's like, oh, if we could just get Power of Fire onto it like Pillapala up there, where it just becomes a machine gun. +1/+1 until end of turn. Nope. Splendid Mentor. Servant, Ruined Halo. Self +0/+2. Changes its colors. Okay, so we might need the Scuttlemutt if we want to do the color changing, kill things based on the colors that they are. Is Scuttlemutt one word? I feel like it is. Yeah, it is. UT. So the 3-drop. Scarecrow. 2/2. It's a scarecrow, but not a dog, despite being named Scuttlemutt. Slinking Giant, no. Strip Bear. Hatterkite. Trip Noose, no. Gains 3, untap. This creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Nope. Wild Swing, Windbrisk Raptor. -1/-1 counter from target creature, gain 2 life. Alright, Shadows over Innistrad is next. Don't need Archangel Avacyn. She'll just burn down all of my other creatures. And she doesn't even have activated abilities, so. Judgment, no. Vampire, no. Scry X. Then Cathar's Companion. Choose a color of a card in your graveyard, add 1 mana of that color. Decked in Stone, no. Descend upon the Sinful. Playground. 1/1. Groundyard Temple. Werewolf, no. Target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Nope. I don't need any of these so far. Your Spoon, no. Excited Rabble, no. Discard a card, draw a card. Nope. Magnifying Glass, Malevolent Whispers, Inquisitor, Nahiri. May discard a card if I do draw a card. -2, exile target enchantment, tapped artifact, or tapped creature. Yeah, I don't think we actually want Nahiri. I also don't think we need her machinations. Like, it's not unplayable, but it's still pretty bad. Chaplain, no. No, no, no. Nope. Carriage, Adrenaline, Scourge Wolf, Senseless Rage. No, no, no. Slayer's Plate. Madness. Discard a card, tap target creature. No. No, I think we can do infinitely better than that. And if we can't, then we need to give up. Go build a completely different deck. Yeah, didn't need any of these, I didn't think, but double checking. Yeah, no. Create 2/1/1s. Add 4 red mana. No. And no. Okay. Back we go. Shadows. After Shadows comes Shards of Alara. But we're only red-white, so there won't even be a lot of cards. But maybe we can find a couple things. Like the monocolored stuff. That's true. There's also a Ajani. Johnny can lock down 2 creatures with his plus, or Lightning Helix 2 things. Is double Lightning Helix worth it? Like, if I just slammed a Johnny and dealt 6 damage, gained 6 life for 4 mana, is that good enough? Like, not really. Yeah, I don't think I want a Johnny. Sorry, Johnny. Bill's Herald, no. It's Angel. Deals 4 damage to target creature, activate only as a sorcery. Target creature with power 5 or greater gains haste. There are like 10 billion things that do this without any restriction, so. Oh, there might not be 10 billion, there's at least 5. All around the same mana cost and with a similar activation. And like a dozen more that are even like slightly further removed from that are still close enough where it's like, oh, I'm like a mana more to cast, or I'm a bigger creature, or cost a mana more to activate, but you know, they're all in the same range basically. Make a 1/1. Target creature gets +3/+3 in flying. Eh. Aethersworn Canonist. Super Firestoker, no. This dragon is a trigger. Axe. Creatures you control with power 5 or greater gain flying. Nope. Thunder, no. If cards in your library, your life total becomes equal to that number. I can't run the battle mages. Or the not quite triomes. Sacrifice a soldier, prevent all combat damage to be dealt this turn. No. I don't need Lich's Mirror, Lightning Talons, Magma Spray, Marble Chalice. Generate target artifact. No. O-Ring, Predator Dragon. No. Spike, Eos, Relic of Genitus. No. No. Destroy all permanents except for artifacts and lands. Activate only during your upkeep. Paladin, no. Skeleton Eyes. That guy. Can't run that thing. There's the Vithian Stinger. Do I actually want him? I'm gonna go with probably not actually. For the most part, it is just a prodigal pyromancer, but every once in a great while, it would be able to come back with haste for 1 turn and be relevant. Most of the time, though, bringing it back isn't going to be super relevant, so I'm kind of disinclined. I was considering it before, though. But yeah, maybe not. Or, I'm sorry, Welkin Guide. I read that as Vedalken Guide for a second there. Alright. So, nothing really in shards. I kind of figured, but still I was hoping. Guests. Yeah, let's do the starter thing. Even though I don't think there's anything with an activated ability. I think it's all comes into play abilities or attack triggers. Play Angel of Mercy. Bargain. Blinding Light. Champion Lancer. Alright, fine. There's also static abilities on them. Enters the battlefield, I gain a life? No. 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 Nose. Nose. Land, no. Jagged Lightning, Last Chance. Sentry. There goes the last of my water. Oh, that's okay. We're almost done. That. Don't need the Thunder Dragon. Nope. Okay. It's the starter set. Yeah, we got enough time. We'll do New Capenna. I was briefly considering not doing it, and it's like, no, we have enough time. I can easily get through New Capenna and the Commander deck. Alright. Don't have citizens, really. Probably won't have enough afterwards either. No, no, can't run that. Copy it. Equipped creature has double strike as long as it has 2 or more equipment attached. No, no. Fencer, Cement Shoes, Chrome Cat, Crowbar. Yeah, still don't think I need it. Populate, Devilish Valet. I was looking at Elspeth and, like, so I put her into play. I can put 2/1/1 counters on it and give it some combination of Flying First Strike, Lifelink, or Vigilance. Or do 2 creatures each with a counter. Eh. Yeah, her -3 isn't really doing a whole lot for me, so she's kind of all in on her first plus, and yeah, it's not quite good enough, I don't think. Don't need the getaway car. Yada. No. No. White, tap, untap a tapped creature you control, make a 1/1. Unfortunately, it's part of the activation cost and it does not target, so. Yeah. No. Yeah, none of the abilities target, and um, they wouldn't be able to target the creature. But if it was like white tap, untap a tapped creature you control, make a 1/1. So that way you had to still have the tapped creature, but it was targeted instead. And then there would be a single target for it, so you would have to have the target, and it would have to still be there for it to resolve. Like, that would actually be pretty interesting here. Because then it would target a creature and a player or to let me draw cards. So if I had enough tapped creatures, I'd be able to copy the ability and untap 4 creatures and draw 2 cards. But that is not how it works, so it's far less interesting. Create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control. It gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Yeah, that's something I'd like to do twice. Thank you for asking, Jaxus. Alright, so this is Streets of New Capenna. Oh, right, it's just New Capenna, the way I have it. Pretty sure Capenna has 2 ends. Jaxus, Troublemaker. It's 3 in a red. She's a human warrior. 2/3. I don't need kill shot, knockout blow, light him up, sword, attendant, limo. Yeah, I don't need ominous parcel at all. Plasma jockey, professional facebreaker, pugnacious pugilist. No. 1 tap, Pyro Sledge Arsonist deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. That's not something I normally do a lot of in this deck, so I don't think the Arsonist is any good. Like, I think it would be really hard to set up a turn where the Arsonist is dealing, like, 3 or 4 damage per thing. Actually throwing lots of damage around at that point. Don't need the Requisitioner. Rob the Archives, no. Whistling Soloist. You and target opponent each draw a card. I mean, it's nice that I can spread it around and give myself a bunch of extra cards, but I'd rather not if I don't have to. I prefer the Armistice where I'm spending mana and giving them life and I'm drawing cards. Target creature can't be blocked this... Oh, it's Suspicious Bookcase. Okay. Like, this seems familiar, and that's because it is familiar. Don't need Brask. Alright, and we're done. Yeah, there's 2 ends in Capenna. Try and remember to fix that later and forget spectacularly, because like in the template document that I have for all of these. Alright, so that was New Capenna. So now we need New Capenna Commander. Should be this one. And we'll end there, because we're coming up on the hour mark now, so let's just get through one more. Oops. Actually add that in. Indulge to excess. No, don't need Benny. Truce, Spiteful Repossession. Whenever Extortionist enters the battlefield or deals combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent. Cast a spell from anywhere other than their hand. I draw a card. No. Leaves the battlefield if it had counters on it. Investigate. No. Chauffeur. Actual Safeguard. No. Crescendo. I think I need Jailbreak. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Master of Ceremonies, not really. Move any number of counters from target permanent you control to another target permanent you control. Yeah, unless I really desperately need to shuffle a whole lot of things around. That's not an ability I want to spend that much mana on to begin with, so. Excuse me. Swap. Determined iteration. Industrial advancement. Sacrifice a creature. The top X cards of your library, where X was its mana value. Put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. The rest on the bottom of your library in a random. The party new. Yeah, don't need the mugger for anything. Rain of Riches new. Rose Treasure new. Seize the Spotlight. Whenever Spellbinding Soprano attacks instants and sorceries, cost one less, and she has Encore, Turf War, Prosperous Partnership. Discard a card, exile a card from your graveyard, draw a card, then discard a card, put a card exiled with it into your graveyard. Either make a treasure or 2/2. Or Gavel the Righteous, Smuggler's Buggy, and Weathered Sentinels. Alright. So we made it to the end for right now. I'm going to take a bit of a break. I got to get my brother to work in a little while anyway, so I'll come back. We'll do some drafting. I might be done doing the alchemy version of Thunder Junction now. I think we peaked yesterday. We didn't win out or anything, but the wins we had were very good and very fun, and I even posted a short because I played Grenzo and I hit overwhelming forces, and I spent a solid minute just full on deep belly laugh, borderline cackle at that one before killing my opponent. While killing my opponent, like I'm laughing the entire time as I'm picking overwhelming forces, casting overwhelming forces, starting to go to combat, having them concede. I don't even think I got to start going to combat. I think there was just a pause when I cast overwhelming forces, and then they had enough, and I don't blame them. And the deck we had before that was a very fun deck with Deep Muck Desperados and Villainous Wealth. So every time I won, it's because my opponent had no deck left. So that was really fun. So yeah, I think we might have peaked as far as fun we can have in Alchemy. It's time to go back to regular Thunder Junction, where I don't have to deal with randomly running into the one person whose table doesn't understand heist, and they have 10 heist cards, and I just lose the game. So, but yeah, that's going to do it for me for right now. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.